A few weeks ago, I went to see two films at cinema. One was Firestarter, and let's just say that was a bit...
Oh, I've wasted my life.
And the other one was Everything Everywhere All at Once, and I thought, let's not review it straight away, let's have some time to sort of process this film and see what I feel like in a couple of weeks time. And the reason for this was because it was such a wild and wacky film, with so many people saying it's an instant classic straight away. I wanted to see if it had those legs in my brain. I gotta say, if there's one film I've seen at the cinema this year which I'll happily watch again, it would definitely be Everything Everywhere All at Once. This was such a lovely surprise of a film as well, because like you got films like Top Gun Maverick, which was a great film, I enjoyed it, but we knew it was coming out, I knew what it was all about, and I knew what I was expecting from that film. But from this one, I only heard some murmurs from America, because it came out a few weeks earlier than the UK, that this was a decent film. So I went in kind of blind, thinking, okay, let's just see what you got, film, and I was really blown away from all different beats it was showing and all different emotions it made me feel as well. And I believe an important factor behind this is that they laid the groundwork for the film so well. Like we get to see her work life, but that's all falling apart at the laundromat. We get to see her family life as well, that she's got a troubled relationship with her daughter and her father, and in terms of a relationship, she wants a divorce from her husband, and that's before any of the multiverse aspects are introduced. So say one night you're flicking through the TV and you find this film and you're thinking, this is an interesting family drama, and then boom, the elevator scene comes on and your mind is bloody blown. And in terms of the handling of the multiverse in this film, I think they did a good job not to make it overly convoluted. I think if you are paying attention, you can follow it along quite easily. And what I liked about it as well is that it's very different. You know, I thought they could have just gone the easy route of going into different universes, a bit like Doctor Strange, but they went with something different here. We've actually taken traits from different multiverse personalities and applying them to yourself in the real world now. And I think the directors, the Daniels, would be quite happy to see that people have responded well to their multiverse idea, especially after seeing things like Spider-Verse come out and Rick and Morty, because they initially worried that people wouldn't think their film would be original because of these things coming before it. And while we're talking about the directors, they also made a film back in 2016 called Swiss Army Man, starring Daniel Radcliffe as a corpse. And they've definitely taken that comedy and put it into this film, no doubt about that, but they've definitely formed a better story here, I think. They've learned from that previous film. However, the film has followed Swiss Army Man by showcasing some fantastic acting talent. Jamie Lee Curtis as Deirdre, the IRS inspector, I thought was a brilliant casting choice because she really aced this role. Even the action scenes as well. She's actually quite intimidating as that character. And she's like a mix of like Roz, Mrs. Sellner type, and I think she really was perfect for this role. Ke Quan as Evelyn's husband Wayman I thought was also great casting. He's of course big return to acting after being a child star in things like Indiana Jones as Short Round. I think he just played the role or roles here really well. We had like a really goofy, quiet husband character, but also a very affirmative husband character as well. And I think he did such a good job after being out of the game so long. And of course we have our main character Evelyn, played expertly by Michelle Yeoh. I was really happy for her as well after that interview she had where she had said that she's been waiting her whole career for a role like this, and she really deserves it. She's been great in everything I've seen her in before, and to have a leading role like this in a film which has done so well, and so many people are talking about it online still to this day as well. I'm just so over the moon for her. This movie is not a perfect movie, as there are a lot of ideas flying around with not all of them sticking the landing. There are some issues as well with the antagonist, and I'll say that the runtime could have had about 10 minutes shaved off too. But as it makes its way onto home release, I feel like Everything Everywhere All at Once is the perfect example of an A24 film, as that studio is well known for pumping out risky and original films. So if you haven't checked out this film yet, I highly recommend it, but if you do find it later down the line, you're in for one heck of a surprise. And on the subject of surprises, we recently got one from Disney Plus with Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers, so if you click the video right here, we go into a whole discussion about that and ask whether Disney were wrong or right to do what they did.